measure the heavens, where it talks about if you could search out. You could search out the heavens.
Or the depths of the sea.
The depths of the sea. Jeremiah 30. You thought that you could do this? Well, guess what? We got the ability to do it. All right.
You got the idea of our power that is really going to allow us to do it.
Yep.
It says, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. All the kings of the nations, even all of them lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out when they back in their own land, right?
Hey, after 1,000 years, the nations, they gonna be straight. We're gonna beat them total. You know, because the scriptures say that we're gonna be a nation of kings and priests. So we're gonna have to teach the nations in the way of the Lord, man. You know? But Esau, after his purpose has been fulfilled, he ain't gonna be needful anymore.
Because he will not learn righteousness. No matter what. These people gotta go.
Why you think that the Lord is gonna allow Judah to inherit Mount Seir? Edom is gonna be a possession for Israel, man. Because all the Esau, they're gonna be wiped out, man.
They're gonna be around to the need of the Lord.
Hey, get Obadiah. You might as well.
Number one. It says, but they that are cast out of thy grave, but thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with the sword that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned.
Man.
And it says the famous verse right here, the 21st. It says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of his fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Yeah. Don't prepare slaughter for them, man. Yeah. You know, if we prepare that slaughter, we take them out, it won't be left no branch. You know, it'll be left no niece, no nephew. Clear that whole family line of Esau. Clear that shit out, man. Because if you don't, you're gonna leave a cancer cell that can spread and return back to this bullshit.
The prime example is Saul. What he didn't do, he didn't fulfill that with the
get rid of Amalek. And this time in the kingdom, we're gonna get it right. We ain't gonna miss not one Edomite. That's all it'll take is if the Most High left one Edomite,
we bring it all back.
They could all be brought back through that one fucking Edomite. You know? And that's if we allow him to deal with women. Yeah. You know? I'm pretty sure Esau with his perverted ass, he'll find a way to get a hold to a woman. You know? So nah, man, we ain't not one Edomite, not one. Okay.
Imagine that if you think about it. If you're used to only hearing the truth, but everybody only spoke truth around you, somebody told you a lie, you don't even like the truth. And this whole cycle of lies is gonna start over.
Exactly.
That's why they all gotta go.
And his demonic nature.
Yep.
Everything about him, you know. That energy that Esau brings, it can easily get brought back amongst the people, man. It ain't gonna never affect us, of course, because we gonna be, you know, empowered. The Lord's gonna, you know, we're gonna be in new bodies. And we're gonna have the second covenant, you know, written in us. You know, we'll never go off again, so we won't be influenced. But these other nations, if they still among this devil, shit, man. You know, so it makes sense that the Most High got to get rid of you. Go ahead, bro.
Daniel chapter 7, verse 25, and I'll read down to 27. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and dividing of time. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion.
The judgment shall sit. I mean, it's got to come to pass, man. The judgment is you got to give this up. The bounds that you cannot cross it now, you've reached that. Now you got to hand it over, or well, we got to take it from you. Okay, the kingdom of heaven, we got to take it. Right now. That process has already begun.
But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom.
I mean, we're never going to give it up. We're never going to give it up. We're never going to lose it. Nobody's ever going to take it from us. And we're going to be doing what the blessings in the Deuteronomy 28 chapter says.
Right.
Top of that chapter.
And that's why it says in Isaiah 45, you shall be Israel shall be saved with an everlasting salvation. You know, and you should not be a ashamed nor confounded world without end. All right, that world is talking about uninterrupted rule. Ain't gonna be no rebellions. All right, ain't gonna be none of that, man. Any nation trying to plot and see how they gonna take down Jerusalem again, that's not gonna happen.
There's not gonna be no weapons.
Exactly. You ain't gonna have nothing to fight with.
We're going to be the weapons.
Con. Yep.
And all dominions shall serve and obey him.
Yep. That means all nations gonna have to serve and obey Yahweh Shai, man. You know?
We're going to have the many crowns on his head.
Yep.
Meaning he's the ruler of those nations.
Yep. And these nations, they're gonna eventually, you know, after getting they back whipped, you know, getting their head kicked, they're gonna eventually learn to succumb and be like, you know what? Let's really learn and really live after their manner.
And what they say, it's Deuteronomy 4th chapter, the nations.
They're gonna realize that this is the right way
yeah.
to live, you know. But he's gonna always be rebellious because that's how the Most High made him.
First, yeah.
So when he serve us, it's gonna be forced because he ain't gonna really want to serve us like that.
Get your ass over
Especially the fucking Rothschilds, man. They gonna be too uppity. They don't want to scrub no toilets and shit, man. They ain't gonna want to be in the field, you know, picking out, you know.
That's never worked a day in their life.
Yeah, they ain't never worked ever. So it's gonna be forced, man. We got to whoop the shit out of them, man, and put fear in them to make them work for us. They did that to us. But these nations, they're gonna get in line, man. They're gonna get in suit. You know? And they're gonna know that the power is with us, man, because of the spiritual power we'll have.
Revelation chapter 2, verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works until the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
Man, power, authority, man. Rulership, sovereignty. And we're gonna control them not only just through, you know, us setting the law, statutes, commandments. We even gonna be able to manipulate the elements, man. You know, we're gonna be able to rule over them, like we're gonna be able to tell animals to you know, like we gonna manipulate stuff, man. Like if y'all don't, like the scriptures say, if y'all don't serve us, the Lord's gonna cause a famine. You know, you won't be able to eat. That means that we'll have the power to be able to change the weather to make sure you don't grow any crops. That's power.
Yeah.
If I can control what you can grow,
That's why this white man think he got power.
come on.
I control the seeds of the earth. I make food in the laboratory from scratch.
Good.
Verse 27. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter's of the vessels of a potter
Shall rule them with a rod of iron, but he said by force, man. We're gonna beat y'all ass, man. Into submission to follow this. You so rebellious and dumb. You ain't gonna follow suit as you should. You're gonna have to constantly whip your ass and remind you to keep the customs and the commandments of righteousness.
As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father, and I will give him the morning star. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says unto the churches.
Hey, I always think about when they bring that out, the apostles, they be bringing it out. Bugs Bunny, when the Edomite came over to him, because basically he was wrapped up like he was a king and shit, and he had a golden scepter.
Oh yeah.
And every time it was Elmer Fudd, he came over to him, Your Highness, Your Majesty. And then he pulled out the golden scepter, and every time he was bashing him over the head, "Arise, Sir Lord and Beach. Arise, Duke of," you know, he was just every time, bah, 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 you know. We gonna be doing that, man. You know? Yeah, man. That was it.
No, I had a good mind. I left the good lesson. You still have something?
Hey, because the other nations, though, they're gonna after they serve us, they're gonna get their portion of land.
Yeah.
They just, you know, they're gonna be able to, you know, be well off. They're gonna have money. You know, they're gonna, you know, everything is gonna be in order, man. But they're just still gonna have to pay the tribute to us.
All the yield of their crop in that land.
They're going to give us a portion.
Bring that on down.
That's in the law too. You know.
Besides, your job is going to be to bring to be farmers, man, and field workers. Put that on there.
We can still go through there, you know.
Change up shit.
Yeah, we can still go through there.
It'll be like we can't go.
Yeah.
We got to
Yeah,
keep
so
out.
you got your part of land. You know, Israelites still can go over there.
That's us.
You still gonna bow down. Psalms chapter 2, verse 7. I will declare the decree the Lord has said unto me, Thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy
Hey,
possession.
we get to inherit the heathen, man. What do you mean? Wait, who gave us that inheritance? Isaac, which is Yahweh Shai, if thou canst tell. He passed that down unto us, that we would have, our brother will serve us. Okay? That you're gonna come and you're gonna be our slaves on the planet. Or if you like to say it a nice way, our employees. Okay?
Hey, he's prophesying Yahweh Shai right here, man.
Yeah.
For you Old Testament niggas, you know,
He's in there.
it's Yahweh Shai right there, man. Asking me, and I'll show, because he said, we start up again, bro.
Verse 7, Psalms 2 and 7. I will declare the decree the Lord has said unto me, Thou art my son.
Thou art my son. So the Lord do claim a son. He do have a son, man. That's talking about the Lord, Yahweh Shai. All right? Go ahead, bro.
This day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with the rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them into pieces. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel.
Yeah, that's gonna happen, man. And when you possess something, what do you do? You do whatever the hell you want with it, man. You know?
I remember on that.
That's what was promised to Yahweh Shai, man. His reign, his dominion is gonna be from sea to sea. You know, from through the uttermost parts of the earth, man. He gonna rule the whole world, man. The galaxy, man.
As the Lord said, in my Father's house, many mansions.
Right.
I'm talking about the other planets, the galaxies.
He the one. He said he will go to prepare a place for us.
When you said when you have a possession, you can do what you want with it. There's a scene in the movie Trading Places, right? When he walking there and
Oh,
says,
yeah.
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
We're in the house, he was like, so whose is all this stuff? It's yours. Now, this is all mine, so I could in Harlem Globetrotter with this face right here.
Metal like lemon with your face.
Yeah, he playing with it, he ended up dropping it. He go, oh shit, my bad. You know, what did I do? He said, it doesn't matter, it's yours. He's like, oh, so I can break another one? Like, no.
Yeah,
Say
yeah.
how much it
It was like $50,000.
$35,000.
$35,000. Said, but hey, it's yours. He was like, oh shit, okay. Same thing, we can do whatever we want to do.
That means that we're gonna have your women. That's without question, man.
You gotta find anybody just like.
Hey, and we ain't gonna be making love to him or none of that shit.
No.
That's not gonna happen, okay? You women, y'all gonna you might get choked out after you. All right. Because basically we're gonna do to you what Esau did to our women. All right.
Verse 10, be wise now therefore, O ye kings, be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest ye be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. That's talking about Yahushua.
Yep.
Get on Yahushua's good side, and he's gonna have mercy on you.
You're gonna have to honor the Son. All right. Honor the Son to honor the Father. Because all nations, they're gonna bow and they're gonna worship Yahushua, man. That's actually in the scriptures. And they're gonna worship the elect too. It's gonna start with Yahushua, and then they're gonna also reverence his elect, man.
Then this guy Sakari was a couple years ago saying we don't have to bow to Yahushua. We don't have to worship him.
What the scripture say?
Get it.
That's Revelation
Philippians 2.
the angels bow to Yahushua. I think that's what Revelation.
When you bow, you prostrate yourself out of adoration for something, man. You know, that's a form of worship. Was this Philippians 2? Every knee shall bow.
I was gonna get the one in Revelation.
You get that too. Oh, somebody can get a Psalm 72. Philippians 2 and 8. 8 and 9, I think.
Oh, okay.
I forgot where book of Philippians.
I got it right here. Philippians chapter, I was looking for every knee shall bow. It says, Philippians 2 and 7, it says, but made himself of no reputation. Matter of fact, let this, verse 5, let this mind be in you, which was also in Yahushua Mashiach, who being in the form of the Most High, thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross.
Meaning the Lord humbled himself. He wasn't in an exalted position. He didn't allow Israel to make him king. You know, none of that, man.
Or bow or none of that. Yeah.
Right. You know, he basically served his disciples.
When you said they were about to make him a king, he fled.
He fled away.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't his time, man. You know, later they tried to mock him and be like, "Oh, so you're the king?" You know, all hail the king. You know, they was doing that to mock him because he was considered the king of kings, man. You know, but it wasn't his time. When he comes back, then you're gonna meet the King of Kings. All right. Then you're gonna see him in that exalted position.
Verse 9, it says, wherefore the Most High also hath highly exalted him and given him a name above, name which is above every name.
Which is above every name. You know, basically all these different names that Jake called upon. You know, the names of these different idols that Jake worship, and even of the false names that's attached to him. You know, like Jesus and Christ. No, the name Yahweh Shai is above Jesus and Christ.
God.
Yahweh Shai actually translates to something. Jesus Christ don't translate. Those are made up names, man. You know? Yahweh Shai meaning what? He's a deliverer, or he saves. Okay? Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, verse 10, that at the name of Yahweh Shai, every knee shall bow. Right?
And the nigga says, "What's up, Pop?"
And then he told that the little Edomite, this what they're doing, don't pay the bills. That's what he said. So you walking around like a dead fucking rapper who ain't been alive for over 20 years. You ain't. How could you even call yourself a man? I can't respect you as a man if your whole life is to go around mimicking another man.
And we're out here as ourselves.
Right. Hey, and you know what? This don't pay the bills. But you know what this do? This stores up our treasure in heaven.
I was gonna say it's an investment.
This is an investment.
Yeah.
See that nigga, he broke on this side, and then in the kingdom he just gonna be a regular citizen in it. And he gonna be ashamed that he was walking around being a nigga that said only God can judge me.
You know?
Oh man.
Go ahead, bro.
This verse 10 says, and at the name of Yahweh Shai, every knee shall bow.
Every knee shall bow, man.
Of things in heaven, and things in earth, and things under the earth. That's everything.
The angels, you know, everything, man. Everything is gonna obey him, man.
Oh.
You know, spirits, just like when he was on the scene, the spirits even obeyed him, man. You know? So yeah, you nations, you will worship him, man. But right now, you what you think you worship,
Worship, you know not what.
you know not what you worship, you know?
We know what we worship. Hey, still talking to him, right?
Yeah,
We worship the dead man, we worship the living power.
that's right. Hey, if Pac came back, he'd kill that nigga.
Yeah. He bootlegging his image and shit.
Yeah,
He kicked on the bootlegging stand, he bootlegging his image.
Like, nigga, you think I'll look like that after 20 years? I'll still be dressing like that, you nigga? But anyway, you know.
That nigga stand in the mirror and write thug life on his stomach.
And this nigga probably like 43 and shit.
Yeah, bro.
Jake, man.
Blow the fuck up, bro.
Gross darkness.
Those darkness covers the people.
Verse 11 it says, and that every tongue should confess that Yahweh Shai Mashiach is Lord, to the glory of the God Yahweh, the Father.
Yeah, to the glory of the Most High. That's why it says in John the 5th chapter, we're supposed to honor the Son even as we honor the Father, man. Because, hey, really, Yahweh, the Most High, he'll dwell vicariously through his son. If you praise my son, then I know you praising me, because I am his father and he represents me. You know, so when everybody's worshiping Yahweh Shai, we really worshiping the Most High. That's why it tells you in Revelation, the 20th chapter, we're gonna be we're gonna be priests of Yahweh Shai and of the Most High, man.
Yep.
What do a priest do? A priest serves. So we're gonna be serving the Lord in the kingdom. But we're gonna be teaching the nations how to properly serve our Lord. You know? You was holding?
Yeah.
Right.
Hebrews 1:5, for unto which of the angels said he at any time, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. And again, I will be to him a father, and he shall be to me a son. And again, when he bringeth in the first begotten into the world, he said, and let all the angels of the Most High worship him.
Angels worship.
The angels, bro. And the angels, they have power. Okay? Celestial power, man. Even so, you got celestial beings, supernatural beings that worship you constantly, man. That do whatever it is and take whatever order from you. You know?
And Yahweh Shai knew that. He said, he can call down 12 legions of angels to take the Roman Empire. Revelation chapter 4, verse 8. And the four beasts had each of them 6 wings about him, and they were full of eyes within, and they rest not day and night, saying, Holy, 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 Lord power almighty, which was and is to come. And when those beasts give glory and honor and thanks to him that sat on the throne, who liveth forever and ever, the 24 elders fall down before him that sat on the throne and worship him that liveth forever and ever, and cast their crowns before the throne, saying, Thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, for thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure thou art and were created.
Damn. So those angels, the purpose of those angels being created is just to non-stop worship them at the throne, man. Picture that. They don't get tired. They don't sleep. They don't do nothing up there. They just worship the Most High, man.
This is the one I wanted. Revelation 5 and 8. And when he had taken the book and the 4 beasts and the 24 elders, which are angels, fell down before the Lamb, all right, which is Yahweh Shai, having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of the saints.
And they rejoice, you know, that he was worthy to open up the seals, man. So he was found worthy of to be worshipped, man. You know, hey, worship. That's worship. You know, a lot of dudes got emotional over that term a few years ago. Certain dudes left the camp, left the faith because of that. You got to understand the meaning of words, man. You know, but why wouldn't you worship the Messiah? He created you.
Yeah, he that's the mediator that links us back to the Most High God.
Exactly.
Dude, that's a major favor.
Hey, him dying adopted us back to being the sons of God, man.
Exactly. We owe him.
We owe him. We finna become God. We're finna be gods again on the earth, man.
It's written plain right there. It's written plain right there. And you still don't believe. You're not one of the chosen.
Yeah. And you dummies that you Old Testament niggas talking about, oh y'all see GMS, like I could picture that bug out, that schizo nigga. He gonna say, oh see look, GMS preaching that you're supposed to worship worship man. You know, they're worshiping idols. Come on, man.
What do you guys?
That's what we come in. You guys the devil. Same guy you got on your around your neck.
I got it, man.
That's just rainbow here.
I got Jesus.
No, it ain't Jesus.
Waiting on me.
That's not Jesus. The Lord of the Son of the Bible, the Son of the Most High. The Bible, he didn't say what the cross was. That's not in the Bible.
The cross that it says you're supposed to take up is not a crucifix.
I got a tattoo here.
You're supposed to
Only
get
God
tattooed.
can judge me.
Oh
Let
man.
me get that.
Only God can judge me.
Oh,
You got that from the book of Tupac. That's not in the Bible.
so you just down there.
Tupac, matter of fact,
walk past.
you keep rolling past, Tupac is down there.
Y'all get in the studio.
Came back.
Get in the studio.
I got God here.
Man, you ain't ready to fuck that.
Psalm 72 and 10.
God here.
The kings of Tarshish and the isles shall bring presents. The kings of Sheba and Seba shall offer gifts. Yea, all kings shall fall down before him. All nations shall serve him.
Whoa. Go back, like jump up some verses. I mean, that whole chapter is crazy.
Yeah.
It's about Yahweh Shai. Psalm 72nd chapter. That's about the Lord, man.
It's Psalm 72.
And I don't see how you Old Testament niggas, how do y'all don't never address that chapter when we bring it out
That's
to you.
in the short Bible. It only has Psalms, Proverbs, and New Testament.
Y'all supposed to acknowledge the Psalms. That's part of the word, man. Well, who is this in Psalm the 72nd chapter, man? Who is that talking about? You know?
Huh? Says who? How does that make us racist? How does that make us racist? That ain't, so if that's racist, that ain't racist?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, crazy.
That's the part of,
Crazy.
that's the truth.
How it is.
That makes us truth tellers.
Shit, demons around.
I loose out tonight.
Oh yeah.
That's the truth,
I'm a
man.
veteran. I killed 3 people.
Okay.
What does the scriptures?
You saw us all messed
That
up.
was a lie. That's racism, right? This ain't racist. This is just the truth.
Yeah. Oh, I've never met Jesus.
I know.
I got a tattoo on me. Jesus.
He saw us.
So you saying Jesus is me?
No, the Bible says he's a dark-skinned man with a woolly afro, like a Negro would be today. So how you gonna call us racist if you don't know the Bible say that about you?
Man,
You go to church twice a week. You go to church twice a week. You didn't know that? I'll be mad at that pastor. I go ask him what Jesus looked like in the Bible. Ask your pastor that the next time
What
you go to church.
difference does it make?
The truth. So how you gonna? So why you call us racist? Why you call us racist if it don't matter now? Now that it don't look like you.
Right.
All right, man, that's enough. You full of shit, mister. That's what, mister. I'm full of shit, mister. That wasn't right. You know that wasn't right. You know that wasn't right,
This
right?
is just a sign that Esau is falling.
Oh yeah.
Man, you know that wasn't right, right?
All right.
You know you was wrong for that, right? You know you were wrong for that, right? Calling us racist, and then all of a sudden say it don't matter. But you didn't call that one racist. No. Well,
Hey, we
what
are.
have we
We
been?
are.
No,
We are.
But no, before, what's leading down there?
Yeah.
You ain't heard nothing racist out of us. This is a bold-faced lie. this is the truth. But we're racist because the image of God is the Lord is the dark skin. So you automatically think we're racist.
Doesn't make a difference.
But now it don't
Yes,
matter.
it does.
So if it didn't
Yes, it
matter,
does.
so if it didn't matter if he was dark skinned or not, why are we racist? If once you saw that, you called us racist. But now the color don't matter. All right, you can keep going.
If it ain't in Esau's favor, it's racist.
Yeah.
Go
It's
and go.
it's hate.
Yeah, it's hate.
Go and go.
If it ain't what he propagated throughout the earth, then yeah, it's hatred and it's racist.
Because God is really black. And his Lord is
Because white is right.
Yeah.
You ain't, but you're not white though. You're red.
The derivative of red.
You're red. Your forefathers lied to you, Esau.
And nobody cares about either of those things that you think you've accomplished. The skin color is not an accomplishment, and what the American military is doing is not a valuable accomplishment.
All right, bro. Let him go. Let him go. Let's get back in the word.
I didn't want to cuss this all real quick.
Go back.
Starting at the top of Psalm 72.
Yeah, you can start at the top.
Give the king thy judgments, O Yahweh, and thy righteousness unto the king's son.
Stop there. Get John 5 and 22. That's how you know this talking about Yahweh. Yeah, John 5 and 22.
Just pray on
John 5 and 22, and then you'll go right back to that verse.
John chapter 5, verse 22 says, For the Father judges no man, but have committed all righteousness unto the Son.
Bam. And there's more precepts on that.
Wait, let me read a little more. That all men should honor the Son, even as they honor the Father. He that hath he that honoreth not the Son, honoreth not the Father which has sent him.
And so when he comes back, I mean, who's going to be on the judgment seat? The Lord, the Son. All right. And everybody going to have to give an account to him. Go ahead, bro. So go back to Psalms 72.
Give the king thy judgments. Oh, yeah.
Who's the king? The King of Kings.
The Son.
The Son. Go ahead.
And thy righteousness unto the king's son.
Yep.
He shall judge the people with righteousness, and thy poor with judgment.
He will what?
He shall judge thy people with righteousness, and thy poor with judgment.
Stop there and somebody get Isaiah 11. 11 and like, I think verse 4. But you could read verse 1 and then jump to verse 4.
Isaiah 11 and 1. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots.
Who is that talking about? Raptor News? Who is that talking about, man?
You can precept that with Matthew the 1st chapter.
It tells the genealogy.
Yeah.
Over to the 4th verse. But with righteousness shall he judge the poor and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth. And he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked.
Yeah. And that's you can read it. He's doing that on a spiritual level, but he's gonna do it when he comes back with the chariots. Right now he's destroying this devil with the spirit of his mouth, with the prophets. And now, but when he comes back in his divinity, he's gonna actually bring total destruction, man. He's gonna bring laser fire and he's gonna start zapping devils, man. You know? He's gonna send fire down. Okay? So that's, hey, King David prophesied of that, man. So you had a pre?
I got it.
Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. For unto us a son, a child is born, unto us a son is given.
Yep.
And the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, or Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
Yep.
Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice. That's what it was saying, right?
Yep.
From henceforth, even forever.
Forever.
The zeal of the Lord Yahweh of hosts will perform this.
Beautiful. You get, is that more?
Yeah. The Lord sent a word into Jacob, and it has lighted upon Israel. Just because that tied back into the light and the darkness, right? Because when we're in the kingdom of heaven, in our right minds, we're going to be the light of the Gentiles, the light of the world. All the other nations going to look to us as the light.
That's right.
And our wisdom will be taught to them so they can learn to see out the darkness and live the righteous way.
Yep. That Deuteronomy 4 that mentioned. Yep. You can get your pre and then go back to Psalm 72.
You had a pre?
Right. Well, going into with that, the mouth and the breath of his lips.
Oh yeah, get that. Get
13.
that. Yep.
Second Ezra, chapter 13. Go straight to the point. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instruments of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it bit a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
Didn't it say I will make my word as a fire in their mouth, and his people wood?
Yep. Huh.
You know, that's that flame of fire. His wisdom is going to burn his people up.
But this is talking
We're
about,
talking
when he comes back.
Yeah,
though.
chariots. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, flame, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid.
Man, that was he witnessed total devastation, man. You know, when he got that vision of the Lord coming back to zap people, he was frightened by them, man. It tells you how people's hearts are gonna be failing them when they see the chariots invading the sky, man.
Yep.
People ain't gonna know what to do with themselves. Alright, so hey, go back to Psalm 72. So hey, that means he's gonna break in pieces the people, man. Go ahead, huh? Psalm 72 and 4.
Psalm 72 and 4, he shall judge the poor of the people. He shall save the children of the needy and shall break in pieces the oppressor.
Break in pieces the oppressor. The brother just he just read it, man. You know, who's the oppressor? Esau's the oppressor. Okay?
Now, you know when they said children are the oppressor.
Yeah.
From Isaiah 3rd chapter. Talking about insignificant race of people, the Edomites. Esau.
Alright. They shall fear thee as long as the sun and moon endure throughout all generations. He shall come down like rain upon the mown grass.
He's gonna what? He's gonna descend. He's gonna descend with the clouds of heaven.
Huh.
Where does somebody get that? And when he comes down, it's gonna be like the dew. You know? He's gonna be on these devils' heads, man. You know?
Revelation is the first.
Talking about how he's gonna descend. think there's one in 1 Thessalonians 4.
Oh yeah.
That's one of them.
I was thinking Acts the first chapter.
Acts first, yeah.
Yeah. Or Revelation the first chapter.
Revelation come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just read that straight to the point. Acts 1 and verse 11, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahushua, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven.
Yep. So, just like he ascended up into the cloud, he's going to descend with the cloud. He's going to descend with the host of heaven. All right? Yep.
Matthew 24 and 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. They shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and shall gather his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heaven to the other.
1 Thessalonians 4 and 16, for the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, and the voice of the archangel, and with the trumpet of Yahweh, and the day Yahushua shall rise first.
That's it. Okay. Hey, Proverbs 30 and 4. Who have ascended and who have descended.
Isaiah chapter 31, verse 5. Isaiah 31 and 5. As birds flying, so would the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem, defending also he would deliver it, and passing over he will preserve it.
So go back to Psalms 72.
Psalm 72 and 7. In his days shall the righteous flourish, and abundance of peace, so long as the moon endureth. He shall have dominion also from sea to sea, and from the river unto the ends of the earth. They that dwell in the wilderness shall bow before him, and his enemies shall lick the dust.
They shall bow before him and lick the dust, man. Isn't that also in Isaiah? That they shall lick up the dust of thy feet. You know? They're going to prostrate themselves to us, man. Show obeisance. You know? Go ahead, huh?
The kings of Tarshish and of the isles shall bring presents, and the kings of Sheba and Seba shall offer gifts. Yea, all kings shall fall down before him. All nations shall serve him.
All nations shall serve him.
Yeah.
So you're going to what? You're going to worship him. Yep. All right? You're going to, the Hebrew word there is ibad. You know? So you're going to serve the Lord and worship him, man. You Old Testament niggas, y'all can't get around that. You'll try to find a way to, but all you're going to do is manipulate the scriptures and make it say something else. You're gonna be in danger if you do that. Shit, you already in danger for blocking out our Lord, man.
Yep.
You know. Yeah, all nations shall bow, man.
It's Deuteronomy 4.
It wasn't talking about how the kings are gonna be bringing gifts.
Yeah.
That's in the scriptures, man. They're gonna bring their riches.